Hey people, Seth here. What is a League of Legends? That's a very good question.
Yeah.
On the surface, it's a MOBA, which is still popular, despite most games ending after top or mid feeds free kills. A snowball of mistakes which start the moment you begin queuing. Win or lose, the only victory is choosing not to play. Each day, I leave a dirty dish on the counter. Each day I come back, and the ants establish a new Silk Road to carry my table scraps. League players are much the same. They're conditioned for abuse and return to their abuser without fail, because they're going to change for real this time. Door dashing, a bottom-friendly diet, prepares the League player for a lifetime of incontinence, as they get shafted daily by Riot Games. Cum clot going up my brain. I'm gonna die, are the last words of each individual that subjugates their white matter to League. Their lifeless body is found at the computer, and their parents cry as they explain to the coroner that the purple-skinned midget dwarves their son was fapping to was in fact popular characters Lulu and Tristana from League of Legends.
Hey, I don't see Teemo in there. Okay. I think Teemo should be on that list. Dude, League is this weird, it's a weird experience. I've hopped on and I've played I've played top and mid Ari. The game is I see why it's popular. I feel much more comfortable in a system like Smite, if I'm being completely honest. I played a mean solo Jormungandr back when he launched. That man was, I loved him. He was good. He was good in solo. He could bully some solo lanes. But League is just, dude, it is so. That's where I'm gonna end that. League is so, ellipses, quotation marks, right there. The more you know.
And this will be your fate, should you ignore my warnings. The big question on everyone's mind, is Dota 2 better than... Yes, it is. Then again...
I understand Dota 2 is superior to League of Legends. However, the way I understand it is that Dota 2 has a higher skill floor and even skill ceiling. I have a base understanding of the two and how they interact. Dota 2 is kind of like the CSGO effect. Where if I tried to pick up Dota 2 today again, right? If I tried to play whatever the bomb dudes were, I am playing against people that's all they play. I am fighting an uphill battle, much in the way that if I try to play Counter-Strike Go today, right, I'm going to try to do something, and the dude's just going to be asleep at his keyboard, just hitting me with the op every single shot. Dude, they are actually that good. So... League, yes, does have that kind of problem, right? It's if I play League, right, I'm going to be fighting, Lulu, Nunu and Will up mains. I'm going to be fighting that Fiddlesticks that comes out of the jungle, ganks two of us in mid, then runs back into the jungle. He's absolutely fed at that point, right? I think that there's definitely some difference between Dota and League, and I hear Dota is incredibly sweaty in comparison.
And this is a comparison between playing with emotionally unstable Germans and whoever hasn't been conscripted to the front lines. They're not playing to win, they're playing to forget, because this is their last solo queue before getting deployed to Donbass. Additionally, every dollar spent on League is a dollar spent on the 2027 reunification of Chinese Taipei. Every dollar spent on Dota is another calorie consumed by Gabe Newell.
I love that, man.
You'll never play then, because all the female bot lane characters are in League, and you'll continue in the hopes of finding a mentally unstable e-girl with borderline personality disorder, so her insane demonic genes may combine with your autism. You will flood the earth with your autistic, nonverbal offspring. The meek shall inherit bronze free, which by that point will be even lower, and the average rank will be Driftwood 5. So
excuse you. Bold of you to assume that I am not already Iron Rank. I actually don't. I haven't played League competitively. I don't even think I have the ability to play. I think I still had to unlock Smite or something. I hardly played the game. Bold of you to assume I am anything over Iron. Thank you very much.
I have a confession to make. I invested your entire trust fund into based Groy per coin. And unfortunately...
Nice.
I lost everything. Luckily, I still had $500 to buy the new Faker Ari skin. Please.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't this a whole controversy? I was about to mention that. Wasn't that a whole controversy with Faker? Because he was a big League player, right? Was he not against he was against microtransactions, for what I understand, right? So there's this beautiful irony of having a $500 skin commemorating this man, remembering this man? Oh my god. You know what? I'm still not was Faker is. Okay. So he's still pretty big, right? I don't know enough about League. Like, unanimously, the league community just seems everyone honestly just seems to kind of just dunk on this. I mean, like, I get it. I get not wanting to like give something like this out for free. I understand it. I understand the business metrics and stuff behind it, right? FOMO, etc. I think this would have been cool as kind of like a I don't know, season pass reward. I think it would have been cool. He's been top tier 15 years. Dude, like, he has my respect. I know nothing about this man, but this entire situation is just hilarious to me. That, like, dude notoriously is top tier and against microtransactions. Has a $500 skin. Wow, Riot.
The new Faker Ari skin. Please, don't rope yourself. Think of how much rope I'm going to be shooting when your diabetic mother cosplays her at PAX East. Unfortunately, we're in debt, and I'm forced to sell you off to a wealthy, charismatic homosexual. Please, forgive me in the same way that I've already...
No, I want to play. Blinky, watch me play. I can't ever see Michael Jackson and not think about South Park. I feel that my brain has been rotted beyond repair.
Forgiven myself. You couldn't understand the philosophy of his company by seeing which champions they release. After all, they know their audience. Women for the porn-sick gooners, women for the e-kittens dating them, and children for Jax players. Why even spend money on gifting your e-girl skins when you can save 80% by lacing her drinking water with fluoxetine for the same effect? No! I have a theory about League, and it pertains to all mainstream multiplayer games. Chat filters in moderation don't fix the problem. They only serve to stifle the Aryan spirit. Now, everyone's become a little tattletale, skirting around the rules, trying to infuriate you so they can send their epic report to Daddy Riot. You know what this makes you? You're the same as that one kid who cries to the principal. Snitches get stitches, and if it were up to me, we'd take you to Birmingham and stone you to death in Sharia court. You cannot suppress the human condition. We are the sons of the retards you could not lobotomize.
I mean, like, so on one hand, I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on the reporting system. I think if there's genuinely feeding, if there's genuinely an issue, like, I guess that's fair. I mean, my issues are more along the lines of Final Fantasy XIV doing the mandatory level 100 MSQ dungeon, like mandatory story progression dungeon. My Sage dies 3 times in a row. I, as a tank at that point, am like, that's fine. Report me. I'm not sitting here for the next 45 minutes trying to do a single boss because you're not getting through 2 rotations of his attacks, right? And that's really my frustration is like, usually I'm in the crosshairs of getting reported because, oh, well, you're a tank. You're just griefing, right? You're just griefing. You know, you're not letting your team play. Yeah, but I don't want to be here for an hour doing something that I thought was just going to be over and done with in max 20 minutes. Like, it's so weird that, like, well, I guess it's not weird. Like, there are people that genuinely want to learn games, right? There's a fine line between calling somebody out for bad behavior, but there's also a fine line between being a little bit of a dick, if that makes sense, right? Like, when do you know if someone's learning and when do you know if someone's full of it, right? Me and Overwatch 1, Season 15, I've ranted about this because it still to this day pisses me off, right? Like, it pisses me off because I was playing Roadhog back when Roadhog was still pretty good, right? Like, he's kind of mad in Overwatch 2 now. But, like, I'm having, like, I think it was like 30 or something kills. My next highest was like 10 on DPS. And I'm like, my two highest DPSs do not have the kills that I do. And I'm like, yeah, pick up the slack. Come on. Well, you're being toxic. Bro, I'm the tank. How do I have more kills than the 2 of you combined? Do your job. So, like, I think there's a fine line here, right? Coming together, right? Meeting each other, right? Looking at each other, right? There's a fine line here. 1, don't suck, okay? Or if you're learning, at least, okay, we will help you through what we can. And there's a fine line between just like, I get it, you're learning, you're new, and you actually being a problem, okay? Maybe as a Sage playing level 100 content that's mandatory, maybe don't die 3 times in a row, okay? It's really, really rough to have to solo content from 40%. It's doable. I've done it. I hate doing it because it takes me so long and I get so tired after the fact. So yeah, I mean, like, I've just started wiping at this point. I will wipe. I will come back to the fight. I'm going to force my team to play the game. But if the team cannot play the game, if they keep going down, I will just say, fine, I'll do it myself. Insert your Thanos glove meme here.
Similarly, Vanguard doesn't prevent cheating. The only purpose of it is for Shishu Hongshi, intern at Riot Games, to push a bad update and destroy my computer. You know how you cheat in this game? You make a Smurf, and then you're at a level playing field because everyone else made one before you. At this point, there's no such thing as a new player, only a Yasuo main who can't leave silver. Despite this, Riot will never do anything, which is probably for the best, as any decision they've ever taken is always the worst. Come back in a few years when surrender votes start at 10 minutes, and simply thinking of a racial slur activates Vanguard. League is an ontological anchor in time. We represent our lives not in years, but as emotion before and after quitting League. Tyler 1 got permabanned, now he's a father. Video Game Donkey banned himself, now he's pregnant. I got 30-day chat restricted. Now I take subcutaneous clitoral injections of 5cc trenbolone, and I've never felt better. League is the demiurge. To break out of this asylum, you must realize there is no lock or key, and we may simply walk away. Despite my critique, there is a purpose to League. It's the best psychological evaluation out there. Forget the MBTI or whatever. We need to conduct job interviews by making the applicant play League of Legends. Everything you need to know about a person's character, you'll learn from watching ranked solo queue. And make sure he's playing a support. If your friendship can withstand League, it's already tested, and we stand as brothers. I rendered this in 4K on my MacBook Pro. Hopefully, the extra effort comes through. The personal computer is a modern manifestation of Solomon's Temple. Leaving a pulmonary embolism on Google servers is the least I can do. Initially, I thought a lot of people complaining about audio were audiophiles. These are people who molest music instead of children. It is my unfortunate discovery that after 5 years of doing this full time, that I have been recording audio with an XLR microphone. Without installing any drivers. However, like a mama bird vomiting my regurgitated food into your mouth, I know what you truly need. So, it has been unfortunate for the listener that I must inform you I've uninstalled them and have no intention of getting better. In fact, I'll make it worse. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. A warm thanks to the many members of a Merchants Guild, gang stalking my enemies until they die. You're all truly wonderful. I have no idea who these men are, and I'm not complicit in any crimes. Your Honor, have a good one.
I love how unhinged he gets. It's so good. I love his videos. So on his subject of every league character you like tells me about your personality. What happens if Ari and I believe it's Leona, a chick with giant shield, looks like a paladin. If those are my two favorite characters, what does that say about me? I'm curious in the comments section down below. Would you love to watch Iron Bot Kip play League of Legends on a one-off? You know what? That might be a thing we can do, okay? We'll do a donathon, and every time I get a donation, I'll have to play another hour of League. By the end, I'll be so sick of Yasuo that I'll want to vomit every time I see a Yasuo. Every time I see a Karthus doing his big hit, I'm gonna start just like seeing into the 12th dimension. You just willingly subject yourself to League of Legends. But as always, thank you, SsethTzeentach, for putting out amazing content. This was such a fun time. This was 5 minutes, 32 seconds, the original video, which I recommend that you watch. Absolutely. Definitely go ahead, check out SsethTzeentach. Down in the description, I have linked this original video, as well as his original channel. I love his content. He is absolutely next level. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.